This is a shock to everyone here. 9-3.
And you know, it's alternate break. What if this was winner's break? I mean, Ralf might not have gotten a shot.
Exactly.
I think the only person it's perhaps not a shock to in the whole room is Ronnie.
Yeah.
He looks cool, calm and collected and fancies the job.
Well, what did he say
rack 13.
in the pre-match interview? He said, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to show my skills to Souquet.
Well, that's what the translation said at the bottom of the screen. But it could have been something completely different, Jerry, as far as we know.
Well, believe me, it was pretty accurate.
Thanks,
so that's what he was saying.
Thank you, Bob.
Show off his true game. That was the more accurate translation of what he said.
Once again, Ralph's done what you're supposed to do. He's parked the cue ball, and once again, he does not get paid for his labor.
Smattering of applause from the crowd.
Ralf must be feeling a bit cheated by it. You know, he's playing some excellent breaks.
I know.
And you know, you're thinking, well, like, you know, I'm doing the right thing here. I'm doing what's considered to be the theoretically the best break.
The textbook break.
And I'm getting punished for it.
I think right now Ralf needs to be thinking of some options. Perhaps the best one is to put a rattlesnake in Alcano's pocket and then ask him for a match. Look at this man. I mean, has he gotten a roll today?
Not that I can remember.
Well, you make your own luck at this game, and if you miss shots, you fail to get position on balls, sometimes the balls do punish you.
Do either of you see a good push out here?
Don't look at me, Bob.
Do you
Not
really?
my department.
How do you push out when your opponent has shown that he can do anything with that cue ball? He can't push out to a bank. He can't push out to a jump shot.
Can't push out to a potential safety either.
Perhaps length is his only ally, but then he's got to take it on if he gets put back in.
This is where you really do need great imagination, because there are so many options that could be available to you that some players would not see. You know, Efren Reyes, great player, pushing out.
Oh yeah.
Clever Bustamante. They see things that the normal players wouldn't see. And sometimes it's an obvious push out. You just got to dump it somewhere far away and hope that the other guy, has got enough of a problem.
Right.
Other times you can play clever little shots. I mean, you could have possibly pushed the blue 2 to the rail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so Alcano can pot the 1, and then there's no position on the 2. But of course, that's great. But you can always be put back in.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one. And there's a shot we see quite a lot on our television screens. The safety shot up the side rail just before the centre pocket to that third diamond.
Well, he didn't accomplish what he wanted to. He wanted to be having a block there, and he's got none.
But he got the most important part, which was the object ball safety, which is sometimes the order of the day.
Ralf should be able to put Alcano in jail here and just really lock him up.
There's enough clusters of balls that he would be disappointed if he didn't get a snooker.
Yeah.
What is the correct term again? Is it hook? What's the absolutely correct term? Because I think we're using the word snooker because it's the one I know.
We generally use the word hook, but we use snooker as well.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, that's.
Oh.
That is not up to the Souquet standard.
He hasn't necessarily missed many pots, but his cue arm has betrayed him with pace and sometimes direction of positional shots or safety lines. Not certain that Alcano can run the rack from here. Will he have to play the bank shot? Position for the bank.
Draw back a little bit, play the 2 into the right side pocket, but boy, what a tough draw shot this one is.
Well, he's shown some tough draw shots, hasn't he?
Oh, he's hit that well.
He's hit it too well.
It may go in the centre. It probably does go in the centre. Whether or not he played it for the centre is another matter. But he can't do a lot with it.
can take it under the corner, maybe the set pass.
He doesn't need to do a lot with it. Look where the 3 ball is. If he just puts the cue ball where the 2 is now, he's fine. Hey, Steve, you've got your brow furrowed.
Well, only because then he's not certain of exactly where the 3 to 4 goes. Okay, so now there's a slight problem if the 3, in potting the 3, he collides with the 7.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed that he can. Absolutely guaranteed to get on the 4.
Well, I'm thinking.
Get the right side of the 7.
Unless he can just bump it into the 7 softly and leave himself a cut. I'm a snooker player thinking here. Perhaps it's a lot easier than I'm making it look.
I think he's playing it in the. Oh, I see. Good
Oh.
shot.
Oh, so close. And he played it as a 2-way shot, I think, behind the 8.
Sure he did.
Gee, that's the most aggressive shot we've seen so far today. And he's come unstuck, I think, as well. I suppose he had no alternative but to drop the 2 into the centre that way. But he so quickly got down and played that shot. It was obviously on his mind.
Again, he sees the shots that others don't, and that was a great place to leave the cue ball for the 4.
Yeah, but I don't think he left. I think this 3 ball does cut.
It does.
I think it does, yeah. Not too much room for Ralf to work with. Got to get inside that 6 ball positionally, and also get the right pace on it as well.
Well, he can afford to take a few chances, Ken Alcano. He is more than halfway home. Souquet just beginning the journey.
Just going to make sure he gets this cue ball tight to the rail on the left-hand side. And now there's somebody moved in the crowd.
Stay still as you can, please.
Unfortunately, when things are going wrong, everything seems to break your concentration. There's obviously some.
Alcano looking at that fan and shaking his head, saying, "Don't you do that. I don't need that kind of help."
Good shot. Good shot.
Perhaps would have liked to be a bit closer to the rail. May have a slight problem in getting perfect on the 6. You can probably cheat the pocket a little bit. And he did. Trundle the 6 down past the 8, or just stun for the 7 into the top right. Choices for Ralf.
Well, Souquet about to take his 4th rack.
And he's breaking next.
And the first gift he's had for a while.
Yeah. Well, we've seen bigger comebacks, but the alternate break format certainly makes it more difficult. He'll have to capture the serve of his opponent quite a few times. Excuse me, capture the break. And Souquet sees an all too rare deposit of the 9 ball. Trails 9-4. It is his break. Things came unglued early for the German in this match. He's trying to put it back together. I can promise you he will not give up. Possibly the most tenacious player out there.
And facing the biggest test of his character, possibly in his career. And as a sportsman, woman, you have to constantly reaffirm that you are up to the job. And this is the latest in the chapter of Ralf Souquet's attempt to win the World Championship.
Well, Bob, we were talking earlier about in the finals in 2001 when Souquet was playing against Mika Immonen, and he had told you that halfway through that match he knew that it wasn't working for him.
Yeah, he admitted afterwards in his
to
interview that halfway through he knew that the game was lost, that he just wasn't feeling it, and I wonder if he's feeling that right now.
Yeah, this could be deja vu.
Well, you know, sometimes players come up against players on top form. I think Mika Immonen was on top form that year.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And all of a sudden, Ralf was unfortunate to run into Mika. And at the moment, the same story. He's hit the brick wall at the moment that is Ronnie Alcano.
Yeah.
Or the volcano that is Ronnie Alcano at the moment.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mika was also using a soft break that year, wasn't he?
Oh,
2001.
boy. You're testing an old fellow's memory.
That was the year when they were using the racking device.
Yeah.
Does this one pass between the 2 and the 3?
Don't think so. And there's a wall of balls that when he cuts it into the center, he's got to avoid. 4 balls all lined up to make this quite difficult positionally.
Well, if you're ready to settle for the longer shot.
That's where he had to be.
Yeah.
But when you're in stroke, these are not so difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, the flick went right as well.
As if it were nothing.
Now we can just play a stop shot. I think he's going to follow this.
Ralf Souquet hoping for some bit of lady luck to run his way, and that just opened everything out beautifully.
I can't remember the last time I've seen this type of display in this big a match.
Efren Reyes, 1999. Final.
Yeah.
Yes, Hao Ping Chang.
Well, to be honest, Souquet was, I mean, Reyes was favored so much more heavily that year than were either of these two gentlemen.
Look at that shot. Oh, he doesn't want to be straight. No, he isn't straight.
Well, that was mishit.
Yeah.
He really didn't want to be anywhere near that corner pocket, and he certainly didn't want to be anywhere near as straight as he is on this 6. He's got an angle, but it would be a brilliant shot to get any type of position on this brown 7.
He's got to load this up with low right-hand English.
Not sure that the brown 7 goes past the 8 into the bottom left.
Yeah, I don't think he played great position on the 5 either. Didn't give himself the right angle on the 5.
Well, this is I suppose if he can get down in this corner somewhere, there's a possibility of some type of combination if the brown 7 doesn't go past the 8.
Playing safe. Going for distance.
Well, even though he hasn't got the safety, that's for the snooker, he's left Ralf with, if not, well, as hard, if not harder, positional shot should Ralf want to pot the ball. This would be some type of shot. Powering this in with top spin and right hand spin, sending the cue ball of 2 rails to come across a bit short of where he is now.
It's asking an awful lot.
That's a tough shot.
Settle down
It's
then,
tough
please.
if you're in front by
6
or 7 racks. Not easy when you're 5 racks behind. And knowing you can't really afford too many more mistakes.
Well, now the crowd beginning to stir a little bit. They've been sitting for a while, and their movement will not bother the man in the lead, but when you're behind, you're going to see every little eyelash flutter.
You know, sometimes in a match there's a critical moment that can turn it. When you look back, if he makes this shot, if he decides to even go for it, you never know. But it was too risky.
Sensible play there.
It was too risky.
But has he left it on? He's left a shot for Ronnie.
He wanted to come in on the other side of that 9 ball and hide behind the 7 and 8.